Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome back to Directors Appreciation Month. This will probably be one of my last reviews for June because June is over in 2 days. This is directed by Sam Hargrave. This is his feature film debut as a director. He's a stuntman, and you can definitely tell by some of the movies he's done. And it's written by the Excuse me. Don't worry, I don't have corona. It's written by Joe and Anthony Russo, yes, the guys that gave us Endgame and Infinity War and Civil War and Captain America Winter Soldier. Yeah, they worked on this. Starring the always great Chris Hemsworth. Netflix's Extraction. Yes, I want to finally review this movie because I saw it like a few weeks ago and I want to review it before the month is over. This movie's freaking awesome. There's problems, but I'll get to that. The film is a very dark movie. Like there's barely any jokes in this movie, especially since it's on Netflix. It's got a massive cast, but there's a bunch of people I never heard of. Besides Chris Hemsworth and David Harbour, everybody else in this movie I never heard of. And basically, this is the plot, and it's a pretty dark plot. It follows a black ops mercenary from Australia, so Chris is not doing a British accent this time or an American accent, who must rescue an Indian drug lord's kidnapped son in Dhaka, Bangladesh. They also in India as well, and that's pretty much the plot in a nutshell. And the movie's very dark. It's very violent. Like Chris Hemsworth like cuts people and shoots people and blows people up. I mean, it's a crazy movie. Like this is what Rogue One should have been. Oh, but I know what Josh is gonna say. Oh, but Rogue One can't have a bunch of blood and gore because kids are gonna watch it. Screw kids. They have their freaking movies. They have their Pixar movies and DreamWorks and Disney animated films. Not everything is meant for them. If they see this, they're gonna be traumatized. Trust me. Especially after what happens at the end, which I'm not a fan of, but I'll get to that. The film was a $65 million budget. I could have seen this in theaters because it has a budget. It looks great. Sam Hargrave knows how to freaking shoot a movie. When people get shot, you feel every inch of it. You feel everything that they go through. Actually, no. Joe Russo wrote this movie. Anthony just produced it, but he's still part of. He did the story, so he still gets a writing credit. And the movie, yeah, it got mixed reviews because again, excessive violence. It's a freaking movie. I keep saying that. If it's R rated, you got to expect something intense. Okay? Room wasn't that violent, but it was R for a reason because you have this isolation with this kid and his mom, and I'm going to review that in July. Hopefully, they curse a lot and it's very adult. It's not for kids. Just because it has a kid doesn't mean it's for kids. This movie also, yeah, it got praised for the performances. Hemsworth is great. He's using his real accent. He's still badass. His manly voice carries the film, and him and the kid have a good rapport. The cinematography, it looks great. Like everything, I'm not a fan of other foreign countries, filming there, and especially foreign countries in deserts and whatever, because you know how I feel about Force Awakens. They filmed in another country, and I'm like, yeah, that wasn't for me. But it looks great, and it doesn't shy away from the violence. The action sequences are like straight out of a Gears of War or what was it? The other one, Call of Duty and all that. Yeah, it's like that if it was a feature film. Criticize the plot and the excessive violence. It's a very basic plot. Guy has to get this kidnapped son, an Indian kid that was owned by a drug lord, and he has to save him. He has to make sure that he's safe and he's back in his family's arms. That's it. You don't need a complicated plot about the government and about the politics, and you keep Trump out of this freaking movie. You don't put any bullshit politics or over religious themes or gay undertones. No, you have all of that is out of here. This movie is made for the freaking action and for the story, and it works. There's things that don't work. I think the villain is kind of weak. All he does in the movie is talk. I mean, he kills children. That's as dark as you can get, but he doesn't really, have a personality. He's just a flat drug lord with long hair. He's basically I think was it is Bangladesh Eastern Asia or Middle East? I think it's Eastern Asia. He's an Eastern Asian Kylo Ren because he killed children too in the Force Awakens. He burnt down a whole freaking village. Who do you think were in there? But anyway, this is not about Star Wars. This is about the cast. Rashk Jaswell, the guy that plays the Indian kid, he's good. He's fine. He does a good job. Randeep Huda is Saju Rav, a former para special force operator henchman of Avi. Yeah, and again, the acting is fine. I don't care for the subtitles, guys. I'm not watching Slumdog Millionaire. I'm watching an action movie. You can have these people speak English with an accent. It's not going to bother me. The the lady in the movie, what's it? Crime Lord. Um, I think it's Nehaj. Wait, is the lady that shoots the freaking rocket launcher? She's awesome in the movie. I think she does a good job. She's a strong woman that they don't beat over your head. No, it's Golshifte Farahani. She's a Persian actress. She's beautiful. She's an Iranian French actress. Very lovely, badass, and they never say that she's a woman. They don't have to beat you over your head that she's a woman. She lets her actions speak louder than her words. And she's not bad looking either, which is nice. More than I could say for some other people in film. And then the rest of the cast, yeah, I can't, David Harbour's in it briefly because he was doing Hellboy as Gasper, and he does fine. And yeah, like I said, the film is fast paced. Once it gets to the violence, it doesn't let up. And also, yeah, the movie got over 90 million views households during the first week, the biggest premiere in its site history, of course, because it's not meant for kids, and it was one of the first big movies not in theaters during the lockdown. Of course, it was going to get a lot of views. I saw it this month, and I was like, wow, intense. Like I had goosebumps the whole time. But like I said, I don't care for the subtitles. The movie's a little bit too long. There's some filler in the middle that this it's a lot of talking. I don't care. We'll skip that. And I don't like the ending. Yeah, the kid gets away, but it comes at a price. And if you haven't seen the movie, I don't want to spoil it, but I don't like the ending at all. I think the ending is even more depressing than Infinity War because it actually is permanent. It's not like you can snap your fingers and they come back. No, here it's fatal, and I just didn't care for it. But the action is well done. The violence, it's excessive because they want to show you the freaking pointlessness of war. Why people shouldn't be fighting each other. They should be getting along instead of shooting each other to death. And the cost of violence between foreign nations. I get it, but I'm not going to get political. That's not why I'm on YouTube. But anyway, yeah, Chris Hemsworth is great in it. It's a role he was born to play. If they do a sequel, they're going to have to use another actor, and you know why. But if Chris does return, he's either going to they're either going to pull the bullshit of either he survived or he was not mortally wounded. He faked his own death. But again, I don't know what's going to happen. But if they do bring him back, you better have a damn good explanation because pulling the Rise of Skywalker in here is not going to work. Mm-mm. If a character's dead, don't say, "Oh no, he had a clone or a twin brother that looks just like him." No. But if you want to see this movie, if you want to spend almost 2 hours with Chris shooting these bad guys in India and Bangladesh, go for it. But you're gonna have to sit through a lot of subtitles, which I'm not a fan of because I don't want to read subtitles, guys. I'm lazy. I want to see a movie, not read it. And but the film is shot well. Sam Hargrave did a great job. This is his first time directing. He's also the second unit director for the season 2 of The Mandalorian. That's going to be awesome. Now I'll be able to see the action, unlike in Solo, where it's so dark. This movie, you can see everything. Every drop of blood, every limb that's blown off, everything that you see. And it works. This guy he was a stunt coordinator for um, Conan the Barbarian, Trespass, The Host. Is that yeah, that's that horrible movie. He also was the stunt coordinator for Wolf Warrior 2, which was awesome, Infinity War, Deadpool 2, Avengers Endgame, Suicide Squad, The Accountant, and some of the Hunger Games sequels. So he knows how to shoot a freaking action scene, like the director of John Wick. Yeah, get a person that knows what he's doing. Don't get someone who's going to shake the camera for 2 hours. I want to see what's going on. Excessive violence, my ass. What people are doing nowadays is way worse because that's the real world. This is a movie. It's fiction. None of this actually happened. And if it did, it's loosely based on a true story. But it's a good movie. It was worth my time. It's one of the better films of 2020. But since I'm not doing a best and worst of the year because there's nothing to see in the theater right now, I would say it would be like an honorable mention because I don't like the ending. But it's still good. It's worth your time. Thanks for watching. Keep this short and sweet. Take care, and I'll see you guys in July, hopefully. See you in the second half of 2020. Hopefully it won't suck. Later.